My name is Donie O'Connor, and that's Donie Coffey. These are some Super 8 movies, home movies we took back in 1969 and 1970. A football game we went to in Keel County Kerry, and there was a wedding, Falvey's wedding, and a scene from the printing works. These are the boys from the Bower: Vincent Murphy, Dennis Nagel, Pat Nagel, Mike Christie O'Connor, and Dan Massey O'Connor is coming up on the left. We were back there for the game with Keel and Rathmore. That's John Anthony Murphy, Danny McDan of Kilcoin, Dennis Nagel in the back of Kilcoin, and Vincent Murphy. Here I am at Rossbeigh Beach, enjoying the day. Now we have Peggy, Foley, Mrs. Donie Cahill, of course, and Donie Cahill himself stopped for a picnic on the way back from Keel, West Kerry. Now we have Battie Healy with two friends, and here we have Donie Coffey and Joan Darcy. We'll see a lot more of them later on. Now we're in Doocarrig Beg, where I grew up, and there's my sisters and Kathleen Cahill and Mom's flowers and my Christie's shed, and Sean Cahill, Tanjo Cahill, my Christie, Gerard, Donald, Dennis Crowley and Sean Crowley having a kickball on the road in front of the house. This was a place where we did have some fun because we were not allowed in the fields. The fields were for growing grass and feed the cows. That's Block Hill in the background. That's Dennis Crowley, we called him D, and my brother Donald in the shed. Sean Crowley there in the white, and I think that was Catherine running back there. So Mike Christie on the left, Gerard with his back, Johnny Cahill in the middle there, Mike Christie, Donald and Gerard. Okay, now we are going to, that's Dennis Crowley and Sean Crowley. He's a school teacher in Wexford. Okay, this is where we are now at the Cathedral in Killarney for Falvey and Sean Sullivan's wedding. A lovely couple. That's Falvey and Kevin Coleman. He's a Kerryman at that time, a Kerryman photographer. Coming up, we see Donald McMonagle. He was a Limerick leader photographer many years before taking over his father's business in the middle 60s. Now we see Kay McMonagle, Connie Murphy, Mary, his husband, and the wedding coming out. That's Donie Coffey there in the middle. He was just him and I that took these videos. We rented the camera from Donie Sheehan's chemist shop in Main Street in Killarney. Now that's Kay Falvey's mom, and see Kay Falvey's mom there again, and Donald McMonagle. These are still shots. That's Catherine, Candy, Connie Murphy, Mary Murphy, his wife. We see Paddy Murphy from Botadove, there, the redhead, and Mary Murphy, Tom Barry, Peter Gleason. Okay, this is where the venue was held for the wedding at the Killarney Hotel, and it was a lovely day. We see Jimmy Dorn and Sheila Ahern sitting down. Sean Sullivan's mother, that's Peter Gleeson, Mary O'Brien, Breda Sullivan and Mary Lynch there in the back. Here comes Dan Broderick, that was Breda Sullivan's boyfriend at the time. Tom Barry there in the middle. Red sails in the sunset. Jimmy Dorn and John Darcy. Red Sails in the Sunset by Jimmy Kennedy from Coleraine, Portstewart, County Derry, Northern Ireland. I wrote Sheila Ahern. Jimmy Kennedy wrote that song back in the 30s. Kay Falvey, beautiful, lovely, lovely lady. Mary Lynch and Sean. Cheers to you, Sean, and congratulations. You made a good match there. And cheers to you all. That Donald Coffey and Breda dancing there. Coming around to Jimmy Dorn in the back there. Donie and Breda. All smiles. Delighted. Good to see you there, guys. That's good. Sean and his mom, and maybe that's his dad, and I did not know. Jimmy Dorn, a great musician. The music is all wrong for that scene. There's me, Denny O'Connor, known as Dinjo back then in Ireland. I live in America now, and I'm known as Dennis O'Connor. And we came out to the parking lot to show off a little. The Donie, my co-cameraman, or both of us were co-camera people. Donie stops to smell the roses. Good for you, Donie. Donie and Catherine, Candy McMonagle. We are up at the Mercy Convent in Killarney. Evidently this was Kathleen's or Kay's alma mater. Lovely to see those nuns. They were the best thing that ever happened in Ireland. Gave the people education and worked and slaved for little or no thanks. The best that Ireland offered. Donald McMonagle out in his own field playing a round of croquet. This is another tune by Jimmy Kennedy of Coleraine, Portstewart, Northern Ireland. The Isle of Capri, where I met her. Okay, out in the parking lot, bit of fresh air, and a break from the excitement inside. Donie and Breda. Donie likes to have a beer that day. Now we have Dan Broderick, her boyfriend, Joan Darcy on the left, Mary Lynch in the middle there, Sheila Hearn's boyfriend there, Jimmy Doran and Mary Lynch. Donie was full of energy and decided to start climbing the big huge tree in the parking lot. With that, Sheila Hearn and her boyfriend, Jimmy Dunn. All right. Tree climbing, or tree swinging. And the ladies are helping him, Donie up. Donie is hanging from his feet now. Be careful. Oh, down he comes. I hope he's not hurt. Here's to you, Joan and Donie. And Mary Lynch. Mary Lynch. And Joan. Now, we're in the Killarney printing works, where Donie Coffey, master printer and typographer, he's the man to set up all the type in this fiercely complicated linotype, where he punched the keys that were lined up matrices that formed the linotype, and a pump pushed hot metal into a slug and formed a line of type. Each line is what you see in a column in a newspaper or a book. There's my hands locking up a chase, firming up the type so it can be inserted in the press. It's chased put into the heart of the press, secured, and the feeder is attached. This is the Mealy Vertical 50, an American press, a real workhorse. The job we're looking at is letterhead for Rhino, W.H. O'Connor of Castle Island. That's it. So we have here Maureen Darcy, Hannah Mara, Hannah Connie Murphy inspecting a sheet before printing it on the British Thomson Platen Press, another workhorse, one of the greatest presses that could do anything from color, black and white, any color. Then now we have Philip McMonagle on a proof reading press, where the type was checked before it went to the print room. Niall McMonagle bindery. We have the crew up there. I see Catherine McMonagle, Joan Darcy, that's Jimmy Dordan, Donie Coffey, and myself. Now we're in St. Anthony's Lane, our new lane, off of College Street at the Printing Works lane at that time. It is moved out now, out beyond Park Road. There's my brother, Mike Christie O'Connor. This is after work, after 6 o'clock in the evening. Battie Healy, they took a ride with me home beyond Borrowdove. That's Pa Mack and his granddaughter. She's an O'Grady woman. an O'Grady girl, and he's showing horses. Now that's Battie Healy doing a bit of an act, getting into Donie Coffey's car. It was an escort. There's myself. I think I'm going to do the same act in Donie Coffey's car as well. All right, this is Mrs. Mickey Bawney taking a flitch of meat down to the warehouse or the storehouse, and there they are, and the little girl. We have the horse and the little girl, the O'Grady girl, and Pa Mack himself. So this is a day in the life. This is a still from a part of the video. Donie Coffey and yeah, Donie stopped to smell the roses. Myself, Denny O'Connor, Mercy Convent with Kay and Sean. I'm sure a lot of you people know who these sisters' names are. Country roads take me home. Bye now. And smell the roses. The music was by Billy Vaughan and his orchestra.